Alright, I had a connection issue. So, here's my third attempt. Between posting this shit up and spending fucking hours and hours and hours posting this shit up, it'd be nice if he'd fucking listen to understand instead of listening to make fucking excuses. Were claiming that I was helping Mossum to human traffic, claiming that it was my fault for doing nothing about Natalie, and that's why she died, and a bunch of other mean shit. There's a website, and I used to know the name of it. I've been told there's actually several of them, and they'll pay people money for my telephone number, which is stupid. A lot of times there's situations where, for example, 911 operators and such, when you call them, you know how they always want to read your number back to you? Well, if it's a safety issue, they're not allowed to do that. If you've expressed that there's a safety issue, it's against the law. They're putting you at risk. So, well, I do my best. I've just got to make sure that I'm not putting a lot of resources out where they're not coming back. But the thing with Mike is that he's been trying to turn this stuff in since before I went to jail. And he's made the effort. He got as far as the grand jury on it. But he only had a little tiny part of the story, and he also didn't have me. I couldn't go to court. I couldn't testify. I couldn't, nothing. And I was telling him, hey, I need you to help turn this in for my court case. Because I was able to get a hold of him from the hospital as well as from jail. But he was insistent that he couldn't do that because since the cops here weren't going to do anything, that he had to go over their heads, which he had been trying to do. And almost got somewhere. Unfortunately, his insistence on doing it that way because he was tunnel visioned on blocking Mossum up for Stormy, that he fucked up the whole situation. Now, it's not an intentional thing, it's a reality of what happened. And with me getting arrested, that made it even worse. So, I get to play multiple threats from Mossum. Shit. I got to talking and didn't go towards the fucking Shell station. I decided to get a gallon of milk instead. We don't need to go to Center Market because we already found it, but I still got to get food. Huh? Yeah, something similar. I'm gonna get one of their nasty burgers. They're nasty, but they're warm. Whoa. On the bright side, everything that I know for a fact that was not a schizophrenic delusion. I'm just saying. Yeah. It's Safeway. Well, that's Eric, Safeway employee who's calling the cops. He's a dick. He hates homeless people. He's kicked people out of Safeway for literally nothing on multiple occasions. Now, we got a bad idea on this guy because he thinks that this guy is some dude who's only been there for 2 months, who's super nice and works as a cashier. Well, the other thing is, he's not fucking homeless. I was lucky while I was there because I had basically the protection of a bunch of Safeway employees that told me to stay there. Like I recorded with them too, where they are telling me to do those things, and also more recent full recordings where they admit it again because they think it's disgusting that I'm still being treated like that. Nobody's done anything.
He's been super nice to me every time I talk.
Who's that?
That guy. The Safeway employee, what his name is.
Eric?
Yeah. He's only been working there for like 10 months or something like that.
No, he's been working there for years. Yeah. You know, we're about an equal distance. Center Market would probably be better because then I'd get some milk.
Very fast myself.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, I'm a bit scatterbrained about the direction we're going. I almost went to sleep last night. Like I was in that area where you're almost asleep, but everything in your body goes, fuck you, I'm gonna squeeze that nerve. Have your raw nerve endings had a fresh juice and squeeze this morning? No? Well, here we go.
He's fun, isn't it?
It is. Luckily, everything that I have that is not capable of stretching out so that it's limber is now completely numb. Except for the spot on my back that feels like I'm getting stabbed with pins and needles all the time.
It's at least down there. But it's just,
I'm sure you might also notice the insistence on violence.
you'd be proud of me. I didn't pull someone's phone number.
All right, so I've gotten him almost. This is actually progress here, what we're about to listen to. Him talking about abusing technology to harm people. This in his mind apparently is okay. This is what I'm having to deal with is people doing fucked up shit like what he's literally about to talk about doing. At least this time he's not talking about fucking murdering people or putting rats in a fucking hungry rats in a bag and fucking putting them in it or fucking it's not as bad, I guess. It's pretty easy to do.
I know.
He said he knows he's done it. Now he's going to go into details.
They had to try to do it to me.
I've had a lot of people tell me that stuff's easy to do. I don't know anything about that stuff, except when people tell me. Sorry for raising my voice, traffic driving and of course, by. Being on the receiving end.
All you gotta do is sign them up for stuff online. Fill that number all around. There's furniture. Wow, there's business. You make the text download. On that. It doesn't matter if you're on the QR call or just read you a initiative with us. So we can call you. All day, every day, day after day. $50 to drag him around and get his stuff back to his house and take it back to his house. We used to have all day. And then you go to the street.
Well, at least he got laid.
Fucked.
Yeah, same difference these days. If there's no bumpies down below, you made out pretty good. Ooh.
I did get something out of it.
One of those and two corn dogs. Yes, sir, with ketchup and mustard. That's it. Would you like anything? That'd be all. 9:37.
good day.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You good?
Luckily, when I hook it around my hand like this, I'm not actually having to hold it. So I'm not having to grip it to keep it there. I just have to let my arms angle all the way. And then it's kind of like hanging it on the end of the rope. Actually, it's kind of making my back feel better right now. Usually, though, I'll tie it to my hip and then just walk extra slow. Cuts off my circulation to hold it like this. I don't know, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh. That right there is where my car was parked when they put the rocks through the window. And the guy who lives in the house just the other side of this corner one was sick to me about it. Certainly he heard the same rumors as everybody else, but he doesn't remember where he heard the rumor from. Meanwhile, I had multiple people tell me that Andrew Wolness put one of the rocks through the window, and then Alexander put the other rock through the window. That guy's friends with Alexander.
Landscapers don't landscape their own yards.
Actually, I have noticed that most Mexican landscapers I knew were living in apartments, and most of the white people I knew who did landscaping used their own yards to finish off their work. But I haven't really hung out with a lot of contractors here in Oregon. Different strokes for different folks. And oh, uh, uh, God, I'm so nastified up. All right, so come on now. That is not a good place for that. There it is. I'm gonna fall down there. All right. Got my cigarettes. Gotta find some sort of a holder to hold my phone so that it's not constantly being hit and turning off. I feel like shit, but I know. Yeah, it's a 51-minute and 48-second video. There's also one before it. Fuck, there's a lot. Let's see, Friday, March 19th. March 18th. I don't know which ones here, ones in specific with him. I think fuck. There's a lot of videos to go through. Because I have to record every call. Every one of them. Every time I call some professional place. Every time I go out into public. Either one of those two situations results in me recording. I'm tired of being assaulted. I'm tired of having my life threatened. I'm tired of people deciding they know better than me. And then once they tell me that they understand and they'll stop making suggestions, then they go right back to making suggestions or, well, no longer making them suggestions, but being demanding about them. Some people are more demanding about it than others. And some people, rather than being demanding, they do a bunch of stuff to try to manipulate it so that they just don't have to do anything. So I got to go through the videos and find the ones with them in specific. I think there's one more in this series. We'll see. And it is from today. There's 6 recordings altogether from today. It looks like on this device anyway.
No.
You might have noticed on the last video that even with all of this stuff previously, like I don't want to hear you bragging about destroying people's phones. I don't want to hear about you talking about putting people in a bag of rats. It's not gallows humor. It's not a humorous situation. I need you to not fucking make my goddamn experience into a fucking joke. I need you to understand that I'm having to deal with people who are doing this electronic shit to me. I don't need you to fucking tell me about all the horrible shit that you're able to do to people. That's not what I need. That's not what I need. I don't want somebody telling me how to destroy stuff and how to destroy people's property and how to destroy their fucking lives. If that was my goddamn intention, I could do so pretty fucking easily with a match. Now, here's the thing. I'm having to deal with actual predators. Actual predators. People who actually are, well, you guys got to hear Mike, you know. I mean, obviously, the situation with him talking about burning people's stuff, if it turns out they being a pedophile or even being accused of it. And as far as predators go, Mike, well, he's never been predatory towards me. So he's not much of a predator. Then you got predators like Judge Trevino. Predators like Benjamin Fishberg and Matthew Lyon. I should tell you stories about that son of a bitch. Now, of course, we're working our way backwards, and I still apologize for that. I'm also about to pass out. It's 7 p.m. I'm probably not going to be able to sleep. I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm fucking trying. I mean, that walk was the last straw. Just I had already decided days ago not to bother with Tony anymore because he's just going to start talking about all this electronic gizmo and talking about his fucking office. And it's not like I'm making subtle hints when he's asking me, you know, what he can do to help. And I say, you can literally sit down right next to me and look at this stuff. And he starts talking about the office again. Like, no, dude. Or when he starts going off on the USB drives. No, dude, I don't need you to fucking figure shit out for me and fucking give me advice. I tell you this literally every fucking day. Stop giving me advice. Stop telling me to do shit. What I need you to do is not make it fucking complicated. And no matter what, he goes right back to the goddamn office thing. Says he understands. And then goes right back to talking about the goddamn office thing and a bunch of other fucking work and putting it on a USB drive so he can go do that shit and watch it by him. I'm like, God damn it. Just shut the fuck up and look at the goddamn video. He was standing right there when I fucking said it to him. The video fucking, it's right goddamn here. Holy shit! How mentally goddamn retarded do you have to be? I've had to explain it to him in person when he's right fucking here.
I've also had to explain it to him over the fucking phone because he won't fucking do anything. I can't show him the goddamn evidence over the fucking phone. Which is why I'm asking him to sit next to me and look at the goddamn evidence for over a fucking week. Every fucking time. Every goddamn video. So yeah, today, obviously, I'm not going to fucking waste my time with that bullshit. Even on the walk to go find Mike, which he volunteered for. He volunteered. I didn't ask him. At least we ran into Mike. I don't want to hear about you engaging in fucking electronic warfare against fucking other human beings. That's just fucked up. You know, I didn't do the things that people did to me because I fucking fantasize or infatuate or fucking daydream about fucking doing that shit to people. I do those things out of desperation because I got to go to people who are going to go out of their way to pretend that I am not speaking English. Like they don't understand when I tell them, I need you to sit right here and look at this fucking video.
No.
You know, by this point, I'd already decided I wasn't going to go back to Tony for help anymore. I already decided that Tony is just going to reword anything that I say and fucking do his own thing. He says he understands. Now, let me ask you something, okay? This is as an example. All right? You see all the crayon on my wall? It's like having to deal with a fucking 5-year-old. Okay? You can try to explain to your 5-year-old that writing on the fucking wall with crayon is not helpful. Mommy's sad, so you're going to write on the wall with fucking crayon. And then you want to know why it's not okay to write on the wall with crayon. You were just trying to make mommy happy. Well, you're making things more complicated for your mommy because she's going to have to scrape that shit off the wall because she's fucking renting the goddamn place. And she doesn't want to pile you on with that burden. You're a fucking 5-year-old. At the same time, she needs your help. The help that she needs is for you to stop fucking scribbling on the goddamn wall. When you want to come up with ideas to make things easier to clean off the stuff on the wall, like, oh, let's just cut it out. Well, now you've made even more work for your mom. And it's got to be a comparison of a 5-year-old because a 5-year-old doesn't understand. This is what these people are trying to insinuate, is that they have the mentality of 5-year-olds. Now, when you got a 5-year-old who's feeling testy, what do? You say, hey, will you please stop scribbling on the wall with the crayons? I'm not scribbling, I'm drawing. It's a beautiful piece of artwork. Or, oh, I'll stop. Yep. See, I stopped. I'm not doing it anymore. But yeah, that is what you're doing. You are still doing it. You are still scribbling on the wall while saying you're not going to. It's not like you even put a pause between the two incidents. It's not like you pull the crayon off the wall and say, oh, I'm not drawing on the wall right now, and then go back to scribbling. No, you never stopped. You never left that mentality. When I beg you to look at fucking evidence, don't make it impossible. If he'd have fucking listened, literally all of this shit is shit that I already fucking answered literally over a dozen times. Some of these videos, I say these things over a half a dozen times to him and he still doesn't fucking get it. Meanwhile, this is not what I want to fucking do.
You got your papers? Yes, sir. I'm right here. I'm getting ready to.
I brought the papers back that he never went over with me and never made
show
copies of
what
either.
a ginormous mess I got.
All that time and all that talk about copies, he never fucking made a single goddamn one.
Yeah, I got a fella. I gotta run and get a phone for him. He's a witness in a bunch of situations, and he's seen quite a bit of evidence because he was trying to turn in the situation with Mawson. So I gotta go down to Fred Meyer's and buy him a telephone and if you give me a ride to Fred Meyer's and back so I get a telephone.
You notice I paused for a real long time there.
Well, as soon as possible. I was literally getting ready to go on the first bus.
Right now, you want to go?
All right. Thank you, sir.
Like I said, we're all here.
Oh,
it's not a lack of nice. It's a lack of respect. You can be nice to somebody and still be completely fucking disrespectful.
Bonjour.
Morning, Sean. Well, it's afternoon now.
It is. Oh, poor me.
How goes it today?
Well, I'm a whiny little bitch this afternoon.
You should. I got some Triactin in the truck. You want some?
No, thank you, though.
No. You know what it is?
No.
Triactin like a man. No. My cousin told me that. He goes, I got some Triactin in the truck. I'm like, oh, what's Triactin? He goes, Triactin like a fucking man, Robin. Hey, God, I've been laughing on that for a week, bro. Feel free to use that on me. What's the matter, though? What makes you ever do South Park?
I'm fucking gimpy, but I'm stupid, and I tried to get like 2 weeks worth of stuff done. It's been all friggin' overwhelming, and I thought, you know what, I'll just get it all done now, and then I'll be in pain for a couple of days, but I can handle it. I'm a man.
Okay.
And then I went,
Man,
fuck, that was stupid.
That was a dumb idea to begin with. I knew better.
Some days I'm about as bright as a box of rocks in the shade with the lid closed.
We had to take these too, Robin.
Oh, that's the stuff that you remember that day somebody put all that crap around that.
No, this is
Oh, that's new stuff.
little trees that were growing out of somebody's gut.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
it.
you must have already dumped it from the stuff that came out over there.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Huh?
Well, that shit probably won't work for you. I use Icy Hot a lot. That's just bomb.
Yes, sir. Well, I got a question for you. You
What
know
is that?
anybody selling a cheap used vehicle that runs? I'm looking at like $1,000 or less if possible.
Not right offhand, no.
Yes, sir. Oh, figured I'd ask.
Darn thing.
What happened to the school bus?
It was sold already.
Oh.
Yeah, something like that wasn't gonna last long on any marketplace. It ran.
Yeah, those things are heavy and they're fucking tanks that don't run right. You can't fix them.
Yeah, but they're tanks. And they're too expensive on gas, and insurance is fucking killer. And it's definitely way more than I could handle. But you know what? I figured I could at least afford it for 6 months and, just move it every few days like Sky was doing and just not scream at people all night and fucking.
Is that what he was doing?
Oh my God, dude. One night I recorded him, and there's a bunch of witnesses that I got verified and recorded too.
Yeah.
He was out here, people were dragging him across the street, and he was screaming, "Call the police, call the police, call the police." And a bunch of people thought they were going to drag him out and kill him. Well, I let him know I was recording, and I did try to turn it into the police. Right. So the next day, he was yelling at me for trying to turn him into the police, said he would never have anybody call the police for him. Then Tiffany comes up to me and says, "Oh," because I was telling her it was some guy getting dragged across the street. She was like, "Oh, I was there.
Was he
that was
actually being dragged?
Yeah, by his hair and
Oh,
by
no
his
shit.
I got her on video.
It won't fit in the trailer. Yeah, it's going back here.
I also got video of a bunch of people surrounding him and his girlfriend.
Why?
Because I don't know. It's a bunch of.
You can't drag someone like that against their will. They'll go to jail for that. That's illegal shit.
They didn't go
That's
to jail.
called kidnapping too.
Well, they didn't make it to the vehicle. They realized I was recording from the front porch here.
That's kidnapping, dude. You can't physically force someone to do that. That's a kidnapping charge now.
Well, it should be, but the thing is, the
And
cops.
if you tie them up, hold them hostage, you go to
Cops
prison.
don't care if you do shit like that.
It
Unless
depends
it's
on
a
who
friend
does it,
homeless
apparently.
person.
I don't know. I don't know why they were doing it in the first place. Is more or less why I'm curious. I mean, those guys.
So I was in jail with a guy who was bragging about smacking Sky in the head with a baseball bat 3 times. You know who went to jail over that? Sky. He was also bragging about how he was in there for spraying Sky in the face with bear mace.
People really need to find something better.
You know, it's messed up. I was in jail for supposedly chasing a man down to spray him in the face with bear mace, and that literally
this guy,
didn't
this
happen.
Dumb son of a bitch is bragging about it like it's something cool. Fucking retard. You probably got caught. But
I can show you the videos. I will literally pay you money to look at the video. I literally will pay you money to look at it.
It's not a joke. I will pay money to look at the fucking video and verify it exists. It's not a fucking delusion. Oh my God. Oh. Ugh.
So how's that handle working? You get any splinters?
Getting all the way up. Damn it. I gotta get some crap under there to pry it back up and then hammer it. So it goes back in the food. So it'll be a little bit noisy. But oh.
If I tell myself I'm not in pain, I'm a liar. Oh my God. So there's this lady, she's on stage 4 cancer medication, and she was trying to tell me that the stage 4 cancer meds that are literally opiates are that it's completely different from taking heroin. And the problem with it wasn't that she was taking heroin or opiates. The thing is that the side effects are the same for both of them, and that the way that their mentality is, especially on heavy doses, is the same. Well, I know a lot of people who have been on opiates. I grew up in the system. One of my very, very good friends used to consider me like a son, but then she got skin cancer, and they put her on stage 4 cancer meds because of the type of skin cancer she got. Like, apparently it's super painful. So this stuff clogs her up so she can't poop. So most of what she talks about is her pooping, and then she complains a whole bunch, and then she says, "Oh Lord, help me to stop being so negative," and then she goes back to talking about her poop. And she used to be really, really sharp, but she's the one who helped me to get housing in Nebraska in 2016, and that was right before she got all fucked up on cancer meds. Yeah. She said she's not any different than she's ever been. I tried sending her a video of a conversation with her, and she blocked me. We haven't talked since. Let's see. Yes, sir. Can we stop at the nearest place to get a drink? Okay. That'll work as long as we don't have to run those people over.
We didn't change lanes at an intersection, I guess. Everybody says so.
Yeah, that's not smart. But just believe in anything you're told. That's how people end up committing felonies against me. Did I drop another one on my telephone?
No, I think it's just the same.
Oh, it's the thing. Yes, sir. You what?
It was Boy that told me.
Oh, crap. Would you like anything?
That makes sense. I needed to ask you that. Thank you.
See you there. Just that, Sean.
Yes, sir.
289.
All right.
Well, what we up to this fine Sunday?
I gotta go buy a telephone for witness so he can help me turn in the evidence, and then I gotta try to find somebody who's willing to take some of my $4,000 in exchange for helping me to look at evidence and turn it in. So, dog bless America, right? Thanks, sir. I'm all OCD. I want to go out that door, but
Should have had you get me 4 locals so I could give it to Robin. Getting fucked up.
all right. I've heard stories that that's not a good idea.
Nothing is really a good idea. I don't think it's Robin.
I hope my recording device is still recording.
Should I turn mine on?
Yeah. I suppose it would probably be helpful.
Are we talking shop? No, I was kidding. I wouldn't do anything for Robin after all the crap he put me through. Still dealing with the PTSD from that.
Do you know Big Mike?
The meth dealer?
Yeah.
I know of him. I don't know him.
Well, no, this is the meth dealer. This is he's a drug user, not a salesman.
I've just heard of these really big guys that Sleepway sometimes themselves. I've never been introduced to anybody named Mike that I know of in this town.
Oh.
Of course, I
was wanting to know because he is a witness to several situations, and he's also already seen the evidence. A lot of the stuff that's difficult to dig up. So I'm going to get him a phone so he can help turn this stuff into the county commissioner. I also got on YouTube and showed that they're sending me to broken links, that even the county commissioner's link is broken. No.
I'm supposed to have matches in here.
Nope.
I think they have a book of matches inside for a non-customer.
I'll go ask him for a book. I don't know.
Wait, you know what? I think I do have a thing that goes in here somewhere. It would be where though? In here? Up here. I know there was one at some point. Maybe. Maybe I'll find one down the floor down. I'll keep a magnifying glass in here. Sun's out. You go that route. I know that was. There's one. emergency.
I was gonna say Mike might come over and help me work on that. I just wanted to make sure he was allowed on the property.
I don't know very many people in this town. I think James is probably the first person that I was introduced to. And we're friends now. Oh, look, just that's not where I thought it would be. Oh, Lord, have mercy on me.
Here's a book of matches.
That's what I was saying. That's not where I thought it would be. Turn that thing shut, maybe. These things will take an hour to get it to room. Maybe that leather pouch can come out of there and just go somewhere else.
Oh, it's
Oh, dummy latched.
not resetting.
There's stuff. Okay. I don't know if these are gonna work. Maybe I just won't be smoking. The structure is sharp.
See if my working was still recording. It tends to turn off. All right, it's still going.
That's gotta show the right one right there. Double wheels. So big enough you can pull a car up onto it. That'd be nice. You gotta take a layer off. It sounds like a John Deere or a lawnmower or something.
Yeah, it's pretty loud. That was Scott Brown.
Oh, I think they're still doing this over at the health clinic. But if you go in there and you ask for a phone, they'll give you
I no.
They don't do it anymore.
I don't care if they do it anymore. I've already done it. They put me through hell. It did absolutely no good. I got a goddamn flip phone. It sucked. It was fucking hell. Just no.
Okay, I'm just saying I got one for a year with a year service.
Yes, and I got one as well. And they cut off the service because they decided they weren't going to work with me because I tried to use the phone to turn them in.
What?
Yeah. So
That's insane.
so that's one of the things about the stuff that people keep offering is that I've done this stuff. I've got evidence that I did this stuff. I need people to look at the evidence and turn it in instead of being all surprised about the stuff I'm telling them. I'm not
just
trying to
saying
be
in
good.
general information.
Yes, sir.
It is just information that you can pass along to other people that may not know.
I have been. I even offered to go in with a couple of people because they were having issues with trying to get one of those phones. I also called up the multiple alternate locations because there were supposed to be locations that had better phones that were smartphones. I also know that I have enough money in my pocket that I need to get this stuff now and not run around to 400 different places to get it. I can go into the Walmart. The guy specifically needs a track phone. I'm not going to run around trying to get him a free phone. He's got the SIM card, and that's the thing is that he's got a SIM card. It's a SIM card that is his. It's already through one of those places. It's a free phone. So I'm going in to buy him a telephone that he can put that into and also buy another telephone for another person.
Yeah, man, calm down. I wasn't trying to upset you.
I know. That's why I'm trying to explain it.
So when I got they cut my service off after like 7 or 10 years of being with SafeLink, I think it was. And then they quit doing service in Oregon all of a sudden. And so I lost that phone number and that fucked me up. Because I had that phone number forever. And there's this other company that's doing it in Oregon now that I went through. And they sent me a phone, that was activated with a card in it. Was a card already. And then I helped James's girlfriend do the same process that I did to get the phone, but they wouldn't.
This is a lot of stuff I can't process right now.
Sorry, I was just airing my grievances with freaking whatever that company is that does it now, because they're just sending SIM cards now. They don't send a phone.
Yes, sir.
And so it made me look like a fool because I told her that they were, giving out phones, and then obviously they weren't because she couldn't get one for whatever reason.
I'm pretty overwhelmed right now. I just want to be able to get into the store and grab my phone without forgetting what I went in there for.
I'm gonna drop it up front, and I'll find a good spot.
Yes, sir.
And watch where you put it. Just put away the phone back there. Now just take the spot.
Yes, ma'am. I need to get two of the TCL track phones out there that are on sale for $54.99, and then yes, ma'am.
And what else?
I also needed to get some of the USB flash drive. Um, I'd like the 5-pack of these. And sorry, I'm not trying to be rude.
That's okay.
Um, I'll take one of these as well. And I think they should be good enough for now.
Little card. And you need to buy a bag.
Yes, please. Yeah, that's what we call smooth.
153.01.
Woohoo, it's under $200. I did good this time.
Yeah. That is a very old one.
Younger than I am.
Let's see. Okay.
Make me feel like going home, getting oiled, and shaking off the dust.
I don't know. 2006. 20 years. 20, 40, 47, 45, 46, 47. That. All right, there you go.
You say, Sorry, sir, didn't mean to scare you. All right. Well, they had everything I needed. Now I just gotta hopefully run in the mic.
Big bad.
Yep.
It's like a warm coat for such a warm day.
Oh, God, I can't look back like that. Actually hurts. That's Deputy Anderson. I just want to make a big deal about the fact that I didn't yell at him, didn't scream at him, didn't flip him off.
Well, feel free to if you want to. Or need to.
No, I'm not antagonistic. I'll do it the right way.
I've got a newspaper article in the house from 1981, California, about it was a sheriff's deputy that had this guy falsely arrested because he pulled him over for driving erratically, even though the trainee that he had with him said he wasn't driving erratically. And then he witnessed the trainee witnessed him take the codeine pills out of his prescription bottle and then put it in an aspirin bottle he found in the gutter on the side of the street, and then have the guy charged with possession of drugs so we could arrest him. That's just been going on forever. Dirty cops.
In 1981, they didn't have smartphones.
The guy missed his wedding because of it. He was in jail for 5 days. And his fiance couldn't figure out where he was because they kept giving him the runaround. Giving her the runaround, I mean. But the silver lining is he got a settlement out of it.
Would it be too much of a bother to stop at Rosenberg?
Oh,
All right.
might run in and get some screws.
Oh, yeah,
That's
there's
Sunday.
Yeah.
That was Sunday. That sucks. What about Kimmels?
Nah, it's all right. They don't have what I want there. They don't have wood. I'm gonna have to go for a walk and try to find Mike. So I'll probably sit down in the trailer for a couple of minutes and pull that shit out, and then I'll go for a walk.
Can I accompany you?
Yes, sir, you may. Try to get you familiar with some of who the other people are. It's nearly impossible to get people to listen to the recordings with them, but if they talk to those people themselves, it's a bit different. I don't know Mike's last name, but I do have it saved as his last name in one of my telephones. He did give it to me at one point in time. He wanted me to have it so that we could actually turn it in, and that was when they decided to arrest me. Yeah.
I mean, since they dropped the charges, you can, so, right? False imprisonment.
Sort of. There's a bunch of specifics to go into it. That's why I got a whole series of law books. The law books that I was showing you, those are just a few of them. There's a bunch. I also look stuff up on the internet as far as what the laws are and then the different versions of it. Also, I spent a lot of time on the kiosk while I was in jail, even though I was only allowed out of my cell 1 hour a day most of the time. That's if they didn't have me back in booking.
No wonder put that fucker out there in the street. It's in my way.
Holy shit. Oh my god, that is a lot of shit. Well, under your tire, actually. You ran right over the dookie. Yes, sir. No. Papers? You got your papers? Yes, sir. And I'm right here. I'm getting ready to make a video and show what a ginormous mess I got. Mess of what? Evidence. Oh. Yeah. I got a feller, I gotta run and get a phone for him. He's a witness in a bunch of situations, and we've seen quite a bit of evidence because he was trying to turn in the situation with Mawson. So I gotta go down to Fred Meyer's and buy him a telephone, and if you give me a ride to Fred Meyer's and back so I get a telephone, well, as soon as possible. I was literally getting ready to go on the first bus. Right now, you want to go? All right. Thank you, sir. Oh. Bonjour.
Good morning, Sean. Well, it's afternoon now.
It is. Oh, poor me.
How goes it today?
Well, I'm a whiny little bitch this afternoon.
You should. I got some triactin in the truck. You want some?
No, thank you though.
You know what it is?
No.
Triactin like a man. No, my cousin told me that. He goes, I got some triactin in the truck. I'm like, oh, what's triactin? He goes, triactin like a fucking man, Robin. Hey, God, I've been laughing at that for a week, bro. Feel free to use that on me. That's a light up a little bit. Well, it's not really. What makes you ever do South Park?
I'm fucking gimpy, but I'm stupid, and I tried to get like 2 weeks worth of stuff done. That's been all friggin' overwhelming, and I thought, you know what, I'll just get it all done now, and then I'll be in pain for a couple of days, but I can handle it. I'm a man.
Okay.
And then I went,
Man,
fuck, that was stupid.
that was a dumb idea to begin with. I knew better.
Some days I'm about as bright as a box of rocks in the shade with the lid closed.
We had to take these too, Robin.
Oh, that's the stuff that you remember that day somebody put all that crap around that?
No, this is
Oh, that's new stuff?
little trees that were growing out of somebody's stuff.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you must have already dumped it from the stuff that came out over there.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Huh?
Should probably won't work for you. I use Icy Hot a lot. That's just fun.
Yes, sir. Well, I got a question for you. You
What is
know
that?
anybody selling a cheap used vehicle that runs? I'm looking at like $1,000 or less if possible.
Not right offhand, no.
Yes, sir. Well, figured I'd ask.
Darn thing.
What happened to the school bus?
It was sold already. Yeah, something like that wasn't going to last long on any marketplace. It ran.
Yeah, those things are heavy and they're fucking tanks. Don't run right. Can't fix them.
Yeah, but they're tanks. And they're too expensive on gas, and insurance is fucking killer. And it's definitely way more than I could handle. But you know what? I figured I could at least afford it for 6 months and, you know, just move it every few days like Sky was doing and just not scream at people all night and fucking.
Is that what he was saying?
Oh my God, dude. One night I recorded him, and there's a bunch of witnesses that I got verified and recorded too.
Yeah.
he was out here. People were dragging him across the street, and he was screaming, "Call the police! Call the police! Call the police!" And a bunch of people thought they were going to drag him out and kill him. Well, I let him know I was recording, and I did try to turn it into the police. Right. So the next day, he was yelling at me for trying to turn him into the police. Said he would never have anybody call the police for him. Then Tiffany comes up to me and says, "Oh," because I was telling her it was some guy getting dragged across the street. She was like, "Oh, I was there.
Was he
That was
actually being dragged?
yeah, by his hair and by
Oh,
his
no
shirt. I got her on video.
It won't fit in the trailer. Yeah, it's going back here.
I also got video of a bunch of people surrounding him and his girlfriend.
Why?
Because I don't know. It's a bunch of.
You can't drag someone like that against their will. They'll go to jail for that. That's illegal as shit.
They didn't go
That's
to jail.
called kidnapping too.
Well, they didn't make it to the vehicle. They realized I was recording from the front porch here.
That's kidnapping, dude. You can't physically force someone to do that. That's a kidnapping charge now.
Well, it should be, but the thing is, the
And
cops,
if you tie them up, hold them hostage. You
cops don't care if you do shit like that.
It
With
depends on who
schizophrenic
that's up
homeless
there.
person.
I don't know. I don't know why they were doing it in the first place. Is more or less why I'm curious.
So I was in jail with a guy who was bragging about smacking Sky in the head with a baseball bat 3 times. You know who went to jail over that? Sky. He was also bragging about how he was in there for spraying Sky in the face with bear mace. You know, it's messed up. I was in jail for supposedly chasing a man down to spray him in the face with bear mace, and that literally didn't happen.
Dumb son of a bitch is bragging about it like it's something cool. Fucking retard. You probably got caught.
I can show you the videos. I will literally pay you money to look at the video. I literally will pay you money to look at it. So how's that handle working? You get any splinters?
Came all the way up. Damn it. I gotta get some crap under there to pry it back up and then hammer it. So it goes back in the feet. It'll be a little bit noisy.
Oh. If I tell myself I'm not in pain, I'm a liar. Oh my God. So there's this lady, she's on stage 4 cancer medications, and she was trying to tell me that the stage 4 cancer meds that are literally opiates are that it's completely different from taking heroin. And the problem with it wasn't that she was taking heroin or opiates. The thing is that the side effects are the same for both of them, and that the way that their mentality is, especially on heavy doses, is the same. Well, I know a lot of people who have been on opiates. I grew up in the system. One of my very, very good friends used to consider me like a son, but then she got skin cancer, and they put her on stage 4 cancer meds because of the type of skin cancer she got. Like, apparently it's super painful. So stop being so negative, and then she goes back to talking about her poop. And she used to be really, really sharp, but she's the one who helped me to get housing in Nebraska in 2016, and that was right before she got all fucked up on cancer meds. Yeah. She said she's not any different than she's ever been. I tried sending her a video of a conversation with her, and she blocked me. We haven't talked since. Let's see. Yes, sir. Can we stop at the nearest place to get a drink? Okay. That'll work as long as we don't have to run those people over.
You can change lanes at an intersection, I guess. Everybody says so.
Yeah, that's not smart. Just believe in anything you're told. That's how people end up committing felonies against me. Did I drop another one on my telephone?
No, it's
Oh, something. Yes, sir. Do what?
it was Roy that told me.
Oh, crap. Would you like anything?
Oh, that's my brother.
Yeah, it's perfect.
All right.
That makes sense. I needed to ask you that. Thank you.
See you, dear. Just that, Sean.
Yes, sir.
289.
All right.